In Mesopotamian legend, the Anunnaki are a group of ancient deities, often mentioned in Sumerian, Akkadian, and Babylonian mythology. The term Anunnaki translates to those who came down from the heavens. These deities were believed to be the children of Anu, the god of the heavens, and were associated with various aspects of life, such as creation, destiny, and rulership. In modern times, there have been speculative theories and claims suggesting that the Anunnaki were actually ancient extraterrestrial beings who influenced Earth's development, enslaving humanity in order to collect the Earth's precious resources and take them back to their home planet of Nibiru. These theories often link the Anunnaki to ancient advanced civilizations, and proof of our interactions with them span across ancient history. And that's where I come in. I'm Aidan, and here are the top 5 real Anunnaki encounters they don't want you to know about. And at number 5 is Wandjina. The Wandjina, revered ancestral spirits in the Kimberley region of Western Australia, are depicted in rock art with striking features reminiscent of beings not entirely of this world. These figures, with their radiant halos and prominent eyes, are believed to possess the power to shape the land, control the weather, and guide human behavior. Indigenous traditions hold that the Wandjina brought life-giving rain and imparted essential knowledge to their people. Within this framework, a parallel can be drawn to the Anunnaki and the idea of them being ancient aliens. Just as the Wandjina are perceived as intermediaries between the human and celestial realms, the Anunnaki held dominion over various aspects of earthly existence, as they acted as controllers of our rulers, our food, and many resources. Many theorize that the Wandjina and Anunnaki are actually the same beings, aliens from outer space on Earth guiding these two vastly different cultures towards their goals. If you were to look at different depictions of the two, you can see quite clearly how alien each look, especially the Wandjina. Artwork of the Wandjina dates back 4,000 years, long before the idea of big-headed, big-eyed aliens even came to be, but remains very humanoid. The Wandjina and the Anunnaki transcend their cultural confines, evolving into symbols of a greater cosmic narrative. Their intertwined roles as agents of guidance and enlightenment reflect the enduring human quest to comprehend the mysteries of existence and are placed within the vast cosmic tapestry. At number 4 are the Ramayana flying objects. Written around 500 BC, the ancient Indian epic Ramayana is a treasure trove of mythic tales and cosmic adventures that have captured the imagination of generations. Amidst its rich tapestry of gods, heroes, and fantastical realms, intriguing descriptions of flying objects allude to the intervention of Anunnaki and the possibility of UFOs. The Ramayana's depictions of airborne chariots and celestial vehicles raise questions about whether these accounts could indeed be early records of alien encounters. In the Ramayana, the Pushpaka Vimana, which I've definitely pronounced wrong, stands out as a remarkable example. Pushpaka meaning flowery, and Vimana being the name of flying palaces and chariots. Pushpaka Vimana was described as a flying palace. This Vimana was said to be a marvel of engineering, capable of traversing vast distances through the skies. Its mention in the epic evoked imagery of an otherworldly craft that defies the conventional understanding of ancient transportation. The detailed descriptions of the Pushpaka Vimana's speed, agility, and luminous appearance bear uncanny similarities to modern UFO sightings, sparking the idea that these were created by the Anunnaki to aid humanity in the transportation of people and goods. The Ramayana also includes accounts of aerial battles and celestial combat, where gods and demons supposedly waged war using powerful weapons and flying vehicles. These descriptions evoke images of advanced technology and otherworldly conflict, which supports the idea of alien intervention, with these fighting gods being Anunnaki using their spacecrafts. The Vimanas and chariots described in the Ramayana possess attributes that align with modern UFO accounts, such as sudden maneuvers, incredible speeds, and radiant luminosity. Back then, it was really easy to mistake flying saucers and aliens for literal gods, because the idea of aliens didn't even exist back then. This is what made the Anunnaki so powerful. They would receive worship simply for being on Earth, as there was no other explanation for their existence. Kinda makes me wish I had a time machine, could dress up like an alien and just start telling people what to do all the time. Though I'd probably get bored of it pretty quickly, so maybe not. Next up at number 3 is Renaissance art. Yes, that's right, there is a surprising amount of Anunnaki and UFO evidence within all sorts of artwork that was created throughout history. The first example is a painting by Italian artist Carlo Crivelli, painted in 1486, called The Annunciation with Saint Emilius. The artwork depicts the traditional Christian scene of the angel Gabriel announcing the impending birth of Jesus to the Virgin Mary. However, what captures the attention of modern observers is the curious object in the sky above the cityscape. Hovering amidst the clouds is a circular disc-like form with beams of light extending downward. Looks like a UFO to me. The circular shape, radiant beams, and apparent motionless in the sky have led many to speculate that the artist depicted an Anunnaki spacecraft, albeit within the framework framework of a religious narrative. A similar object shining with a mysterious light is seen in the Madonna with Saint Giovanni, made in the late 1400s. In the top right corner is an airborne craft, just behind Madonna's shoulder. It is often said that Madonna is protecting her children from the object due to how she is facing away from it. Furthermore, a man is seen looking at the UFO, with his dog barking at it. The same is shown in the Baptism of Christ, made in 1710, which shows 4 columns of light being emitted from a disc shining onto the baptism below. Could the origins of Christ be caused by the will of the Anunnaki? Maybe. There's also the miracle of snow, created sometime between 1428 and 1432. It portrays the legend of snowfall that happened on a hot summer's day in Rome during the 4th century. Jesus and Mary overlook a large cloud, and behind them is a legion of flying saucers. While some argue these could be clouds, observing the detailed artistry of this work and the creator's other works, it makes no sense for him to have not just painted actual clouds, unless there's something else entirely. There's also the painting made at an unknown time by an unknown artist titled Israel, Put Your Hope in the Lord, which depicts a UFO hovering over a burning church. Whether or not this UFO was the cause of the blaze, or if it was there to stop it, remains a mystery. Additionally, there is the Crucifixion of Christ, made in 1350, which depicts 2 flying objects in each top corner of the artwork. While these don't resemble the flying saucers seen in the other paintings, their presence lacks explanation, as there's no halo around them showing them that they are divine beings, which is what would usually happen. Plus, the one on the right looks a hell of a lot like Sputnik 1. To quote The Incredibles, coincidence? I think not. As the Anunnaki were known for their attempts at controlling the development of mankind, creating a holy figure like Jesus definitely fits their modus operandi. These are only a handful of examples though. There have been many other UFO depictions in historical and religious paintings, so leave a comment if you think of other paintings I might have missed. And at number 2 are the Nazca Lines. The Nazca Lines, formed in 500 BC, are a collection of intricate and enormous geoglyphs etched into the arid desert landscape of southern Peru. They have puzzled and captivated researchers and enthusiasts for decades. These ancient and mysterious designs, ranging from simple lines to elaborate animal and geometric shapes, have led to a plethora of evidence pointing towards Anunnaki existence. The Nazca Lines were created by removing the reddish-brown iron oxide-coated pebbles that cover the surface of the Nazca Desert, revealing the lighter-colored earth beneath. The designs, some of which span hundreds of feet, are best observed from the air. The complexity and precision of these formations, combined with the technological limitations of the time, suggest that these formations were not made just by humans, but in fact, these ancient civilizations received help from the Anunnaki. Many theorize that the Nazca Lines were used as a form of communication between the Anunnaki, as they were the only ones able to access the sky at the time. They could fly over the Nazca Desert, observe the drawings, and through those messages could find out where specific resources, landmarks, and civilizations were. Another theory is that the long, 100-foot-long lines were actually runways for Anunnaki vessels, along with the colossal shapes that depicted different animals, such as monkeys or hummingbirds, also being landing spots, much like a crop circle. The religious and spiritual practices of the Nazca civilization also align with the Anunnaki narrative. Ancient texts and oral traditions hint at encounters with beings descending from the heavens, shaping religious beliefs and influencing cultural practices. A common story that any culture that has come face to face with the Anunnaki holds. When we look closely, the Nazca Lines unveil their true purpose as an extraterrestrial message etched onto the Earth's surface. The Anunnaki's involvement in this ancient monument also begs the question of their involvement in the creation of the pyramids and other megaliths created by means impossible by humans. And at number 1 is the latest of the Anunnaki encounters, the Stopping of WWIII. Only a select dozen individuals possess first-hand knowledge of how Earth appears when viewed from the lunar surface. Among them, astronaut Edgar Mitchell stands out for not only his remarkable role in the Apollo 14 mission, but also for his belief that extraterrestrial beings played a major part in preventing a nuclear conflict between the United States and Soviet Union. Edgar Mitchell's renown extends from his pivotal contribution to the Apollo 14 mission. In 1971, he entered 80 lines of code that averted potential disaster during the spacecraft's moon descent. Beyond his technical prowess, Mitchell asserted that authorities concealed evidence of UFOs, which frequently hovered over New Mexico's White Sands testing range. It would be these same UFOs that Mitchell claims saved the world from global nuclear fallout. The story goes that during the height of the Cold War, tensions finally broke, and the Soviet Union covertly sent out a nuke set to land in New York from a submarine located in the Atlantic Ocean. However, as it was being sent, a UFO intercepted the flight path and destroyed the nuclear weapon before US radars could even detect the Anunnaki craft or the rocket. Edgar Mitchell defends this, saying that the missing weapon was a blessing to the world, as no other attacks were made after the unsuccessful strike. It is entirely possible that the Anunnaki, in order to maintain control over human development, stopped the explosive in order to prevent the end of humanity, or at least the beginning of a cataclysmic war. But beyond that, there have not been any any encounters with the ancient alien race that we know of. Their very existence shrouded in mystery, brushed off as simple conspiracy theories. However, with these encounters alone, we look into a version of human history that was outlined by our alien visitors. Whether or not you guys believe it's true is up to you, but my work here is done. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, leave a like, comment, and if you had to pick one thing to do, make it a subscription to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.